Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board to order for September 3rd, 2013. Roll call, please.
Bernie Bassett.
Here.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Martin Manick.
Here.
Paul Moyne.
Here.
Gerard Renadette.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And Rick Collins.
Resolution 255, approving the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of August 19th and the 26th, 2013 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Mannix, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Manick.
Yes.
Paul Moyne.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 256, abstract 9A.
Resolved that the abstract of audit of claims number 9A-13, 1847 to 1926 for $135,904.33, and abstract 9A-13, 320 to 337 prepays in the amount of $547,921.02 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoyne, any discussion? Just for the purpose of the tape, the record, the first abstract was $135,409.33. Just read it, $904, right? Just for the record. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Manick.
Yes.
Paul Moyne.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 257, dog control officers monthly report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from David Duquette, dog control officer for the month of August 2013.
A motion.
So.
Mr. Wood, second. Mr. Mannix, any discussion?
I just would comment, I think when we read these reports, I mean, David is, he's dealing with some pretty horrific situations, and he's putting himself in danger to do it. And obviously, there are very innocent bystanders who are in danger.
Yes. We've often said scenes that we've seen on cable TV's Animal Planet, where you see armed officers going out in vehicles and uniforms, and sometimes bulletproof vests.
Bernie,
We're not immune to that.
I'm sorry to interrupt. The dog control officer's report is attached here, stamped confidential.
Correct.
Are we not going to be putting it out because it's attached to the?
We haven't as of this point because it's dealing with particular individuals, a situation that may be headed for litigation.
I just wanted to make
So
sure that
it's
we,
not-
if
At this point, it's classified.
okay.
As they say in Washington, classified. Might get declassified in the future.
All right.
And again, Dave does deal with legal issues and has chosen to represent himself and has done very well in court, which he's had to take many individuals to court because of the situations. But it's a good point, Marty. And sometimes we chuckle about them, but there have been a number of situations in the media with dog animal attacks on children especially.
Yep.
So people have to be very careful.
He was out on one today?
Yeah, people have to be people have to be very careful with their pets. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood.
Yes.
Martin Manick.
Yes.
Paul Moyne.
Yes.
Gerard Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 258, Parks and Recreation Department monthly report.
Resolved to receive and place on file a report from Melanie Defiant, Recreation and Youth Director for the month of July 2013.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second. Mr. Moy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Brad Renadette,
Yes.
Ernie Beth.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 259, resolution to set a public hearing for local law number 2, award purchase contract on the basis of value.
Whereas the
Of
proposed.
best value, excuse me, best value.
Okay. Whereas the proposed local law number 2 of 2013 would provide that the town of Plattsburgh may award purchase contracts on the basis of best value as authorized by an amendment made in the General Municipal Law 103. So whereas due consideration has been given to the adoption of the proposed local law number 2 of 2013 by all members of the town board. And whereas it is considered the opinion of all the members of the town board who are present that the public hearing should be held on 16th day of September 2013 at 7:05 p.m. at the Town Hall Complex, 151 Baker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, to be considered the adoption of proposed local law number 2 of 2013. Now, on motion made, duly made and seconded, it is resolved that the public hearing be held on the 16th day of September 2013 at 7:05 p.m. at the Plattsburgh Town Hall, 151 Baker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, on a question of an enactment of proposed local law number 2 of 2013. And it be further resolved that notice of public hearing proposed local law number 2 of 2013 shall be published in the town's official newspaper, the Press-Republican, not less than 5 days prior to the hearing. And be further resolved that the town clerk shall post said notice on the bulletin board maintained by the town clerk pursuant to town law 30, section 6, and on the town of Plattsburgh website for a period of not less than 5 days prior to the public hearing notice, and a copy of this resolution shall be given to the finance manager and town clerk.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Renadette, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Moy,
Yes.
Brad Renadette,
Yes.
Ernie Beth.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 260, special use compliance for NYSEG's Route 22 and Archie Berto Road project.
Whereas the New York State Electric and Gas has applied for approval for construction of a 130-foot height monopole tower with 3 individual 6-foot standard microwave antennas, 2 individual 5-foot Yagi antennas, 2 whip antennas, a security camera, and a 12-foot working platform placed at a height of 90 feet above the ground, along with the related ground support equipment, within a 80-foot by 80-foot fenced compound, which enclosed by a 10-foot by 12-foot prefabricated shelter, with all proposed improvements as needed to improve NYSEG's basic and emergency communication operation. Whereas said project improvements will occur at NYSEG's existing regional service center at Route 22 and Archie Berto Road in the town, whereas application was reviewed for compliance with town code, and whereas the town board has reviewed the proposed facility under seeker to determine that there is no impact in the environment. Therefore, be resolved that the special use permit be granted to NYSEG for wireless facility property located at Route 22 and Archie Berto Road, with the following conditions to be completed prior to the issuance of a building permit and starting construction. 1, NYSEG shall provide the town with proof of required insurance per section 24 of the town law, and the commercial general liability policy shall specifically include the town and its officers, board, employees, committee members, attorneys, agents, and consultants as additional named insured. 2, NYSEG, as required for section 21 of the town law, shall provide a performance security fund in the amount of $25,000 to be in place with the town. 3, NYSEG will acknowledge in writing to the town that they shall indemnify the town utilizing language in section 25 of the town law to be as follows, as so noted. And resolve that a copy of this be given to the planning department, codes department, the deputy town attorney, finance manager, and Dick Comey, town consultant.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Manick, second.
Second.
Mr. Renada, any discussion? Roll call.
Excuse me, I'd like to offer a slight correction to the language. On item number 1 in the first resolve, the last word says named, as additional named insured. It should say insureds. You're listing a list of people that should be named as additional insureds.
Gerard, you seconded the motion?
Yes, I
Okay with
agree.
that? Okay. Any other discussion?
Does the copy go to NYSERD?
That will take place by way of either the consultant or our planning department.
We've already agreed to all this.
Mhm. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Troy Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 261, salt purchase order for 2013-14.
Resolved to receive and place on file a letter dated August 29, 2013 from James Wood, Highway Superintendent, requesting permission to purchase 2,300 tons of highway road salt to be used for the town of Plattsburgh Highway Department pursuant to New York State Office of General Services Standard and Purchase Group Contract number C 18391, in the amount not to exceed $170,000. And it be further resolved that the town board does hereby grant permission to James Wood to order said salt, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign any and all related documents required to its purchase. And it be further resolved that payment for said purchase will be made payable from the 2012-2013 highway budget accounts DA 5142-4200 and DA 5148-4200. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and the highway superintendent.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Lemoyne, second.
Second.
Mr. Renada, any discussion?
This says he needs a stronger mix of salt and sand. The mix isn't the one that we have.
I don't think he's talking
No.
stronger in content of salt over sand. He's talking that his reserves will be a stronger, heftier pile. More of it, as opposed to less of it. And for the severe storm, so that he's been doing that.
Yeah, we've always had actually a pile of sand and salt that has a much greater content of salt for like icy roads and stuff like that.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Troy Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 262, 3% site plan return deposit for UPS site plan amendment 2008.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning Board has reviewed and approved all requirements of the UPS Site Plan Amendment 2008. Whereas the UPS Site Plan Amendment 2008 has on file with the town of Plattsburgh a 3% deposit for construction of the project in the original amount of $1,836.52 plus accrued interest. Whereas the planning department has coordinated an inspection of said project and reports all requirements have been met and completed. Whereas UPS Site Plan Amendment 2008 has requested in a letter that the 3% in deposit in the amount of $1,836.52 plus accrued interest to date be returned. Now therefore be resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to said release of said deposit in the amount of $1,836.52 plus accrued interest to date. And it be further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded by the planning department secretary with the return of the deposit to the United Parcel Service.
Have a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Manick, second.
Second.
Mr. Wood, any discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoyne,
Yes.
Troy Renadette.
Yes.
Bernie Bassett.
Yes, resolution carries. Resolution 263, the appointment of Brian M. Dowling as assessor for the town of Plattsburgh to 2019.
Whereas Resolution 10-360 was passed appointing Brian Dowling to fill the unexpired term of the assessor for the town of Plattsburgh. And whereas the term of office is required to be filled for a term of 6 years, and the town board has assessed that Mr. Dowling is qualified to fill the position of assessor. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, does hereby appoint Brian M. Dowling as assessor for the town of Plattsburgh effective September 30th, 2013 through September 30th, 2019, the term of office. And to be further resolved pursuant to real property tax law, section 314, subdivision 1, the town board hereby directs the town attorney on behalf of the town clerk to notify the state board within 15 days of the adoption of this resolution and the term of appointment of Mr. Dowling. And to be further resolved that Mr. Dowling take the oath of office within 30 days, and a copy of this resolution be given to civil service, budget officer, finance manager, and a copy be placed in Mr. Dowling's personnel file.
A motion.
So moved.
Mr. Wood, second.
Second.
Mr. Lemoy, any discussion?
Yeah, should it say, 2019, or maybe put 2013 to 2019?
Where, Tom?
The
The title? Yes, I inserted that when I read, and I've corrected the title of this to read appointment of Brian Dowling as town assessor for the town of Plattsburgh to 2019. Okay? Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoy.
Yes.
Roger Everett.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes, resolution carries. That brings us to the end of the evening's agenda, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Is there any, things we need to discuss in the executive section?
Not that I've got on my list.
Okay.
I make a motion and we adjourn?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Renner, and any discussion on that? Try to split it up. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Manick,
Yes.
Paul Lemoy.
Yes.
Roger Everett.
Yes.
Bernie Dorchenez.
Yes, we will stand adjourned at 7:19.